So, hello students. Today I will explain you about the forced, damped and forced vibrations. In the previous lecture, I have explained you about the natural vibrations. It's clear. Fundamental vibrations, free vibrations. Now today I am going to explain the damped vibration. Though I have given some idea about the damped vibration in the previous lecture, but that was not completed. So see once again from the damped vibration. Damped vibrations are those periodic vibrations which occur under the influence of some resistive force, and they are of constant decreasing amplitude. Damped vibration, I am writing here, damped vibrations the periodic vibrations of a body of continuously decreasing amplitude. The periodic vibrations of a body of continuously decreasing amplitude due to some resistive forces, It's clear. Resistive forces, for example, air friction, are called damped vibrations. Those vibrations are called damped vibrations. Now, as we know that every vibration takes place under the influence of a force, whether it is a natural vibration, whether it is a free vibration. And why? For example, when a body is, suppose you take this pendulum, when the bob is set into oscillation, and it oscillates from this end, from left end to the right end. It's clear. When it is oscillating from left end to the right end, in every case what will happen? Some restoring force acts upon it towards the mean position. Now see here, when the bob is moving away from the mean position, going towards this direction. It's clear. Here it is going towards this direction. What will be the force? Force is acting towards the mean position, means it will act towards the mean position. It's clear. This will be the direction of force. And because of this, what will happen? When it is moving away from the mean position, its velocity decreases because of this restoring force, because it is acting opposite to the direction of motion. Therefore, when the bob moves away from the mean position, when it moves from mean to the extreme position, its velocity decreases. Why velocity is decreasing? Because force is acting opposite to the direction of motion. Now see here. Now if the force is acting, when the body is moving, bob is moving towards the mean position, you can see here. Now it is coming towards the mean position. Here this is the direction of velocity. In this case also, force will act in the same direction. And because of this, since F and V are in same direction, so when it comes from extreme to the mean, its velocity is increasing because force is acting in the same direction in which the bob is moving. This force which always act towards the mean position, which trying to bring the body towards the resting position, towards the mean position, is called the restoring force. This force is called restoring force. It's clear. So, when any body is oscillating, any body is vibrating, it is always under the influence of this restoring force, which always acts towards the mean position. But it is an internal force, it is not any external force. It is clear. If besides this force, which is an internal force, if besides this force, some external force is also present, like the air friction, in that case what will happen? The velocity vibrating body, the bob of pendulum, it will lose its energy, and when it will lose its energy, what will happen? The amplitude of oscillation will decrease, the extent of its vibration will decrease, and when the extent of vibration will decrease, what will happen? The amplitude will continuously decrease and body will ultimately come to the rest. It is clear. So if any body, if you set into the vibration by displacing it from the mean position, it will always execute damped vibrations in the air. There is no question of executing natural vibrations or free vibrations. It is clear. We can assume for a very short interval of time those vibrations, if we observe the oscillations of the pendulum for a very short interval of time, then we can say that it is the free vibration over that time interval, because the amplitude will remain same. But when you will observe in a longer duration, in a longer interval of time, what will happen? Body is losing its energy continuously due to the air friction, and therefore the extent of vibration decreases, and what will happen? Amplitude will decrease. Already I have told that what will the displacement time graph in case of the damped vibration. So you can see here, this is the displacement time graph. That displacement time graph will be of decreasing amplitude. It will be of decreasing amplitude. Amplitude is continuously decreasing, like this. It is clear. So this is all about the damped vibrations. There are many examples. Any body which is set into vibration in air, by displacing it from the mean position, is executing damped vibrations. Here two forces will act. One is the restoring force. It takes place, damped vibration take place under the influence of two forces. One is the restoring force, which will remain present, and number two, frictional force, resistive forces. It is clear. Frictional force, because of which amplitude of vibration decreases. It is clear. Now see here, examples of damped vibrations: the vibrations of the spring attached with the vibrations of a mass attached with the vertical spring, vibrations, oscillations of the bob of the simple pendulum, then vibrations of the prongs of the tuning fork. All are the damped vibrations. Now after this, you can see in your book, page, all of you open page, this difference between natural and damped vibrations. What is the difference between the natural and damped vibrations? So that I am going to explain you. You can see here, wait for a minute. Now you can see here, the amplitude of natural vibrations remain constant and vibrations continue forever. It will take place indefinitely because there is no loss of energy of the vibrating body. While damped vibration, the amplitude of vibration will continuously decrease because of the frictional forces, because of the air friction. and ultimately after some time body will come to rest. That is ultimately vibration ceases. There is no loss of energy. Here there will be a continuous loss of energy. No external force acts upon it. Only one internal force is acting, that is the restoring force. It's clear? That will act. The vibrations are only under the restoring force. But here, besides the restoring force, there will be some external forces, air friction, damping forces, which we also call frictional forces, will be present. The frequency of vibration depends upon the shape and size of the body, and it remains constant. And this is very important point. The frequency of vibration is less than the natural frequency. It is sometimes confusion that the damped vibrations are having the same frequency as the natural vibration, so it is not correct. The frequency of damped vibration is less than the natural frequency, and decrease in frequency depend upon the magnitude of damping force. It's clear. That's why I am underlining this. This decrease in frequency depends upon the damping force. Now after this I will explain you forced vibrations. It's clear. But before giving the concept of forced vibration, I will tell you periodic force. You can see here. Forced vibration. Forced vibrations means the vibrations of any body under the influence of some external periodic force. Vibrations means here vibrations are not created by displacing the body from the mean position. Here vibrations are not produced by displacing the body from the mean position. It is produced by applying some external periodic force. Vibrations of body under the influence of some external periodic force. Are called damped vibrations. Vibrations of the body under the influence of some external periodic force are called the damped vibration. Now, what is the meaning of external periodic force? External force means it is not any internal force. Periodic force means which repeats after a regular interval of time. Force which repeats after a regular interval of time. For example, if you have seen when you do the PT, that on Saturdays you must be doing the PT during the morning assembly. So you have seen that one student is beating the drum. So when he is beating the drum, then he is exerting the force on the membrane of the drum at a regular interval. At a regular interval, force is being exerted. It's clear. Means force is not continuously acting on the membrane of the drum. It is acting at some regular interval, at every 5 seconds, at every 10 seconds. Similarly, when the soldiers are marching, so when soldiers are, you have seen that there is a very much similarity in the marching of all the soldiers. When there will be very much similarity in the marching of all the soldiers. All the soldiers are keeping their leg on the ground simultaneously. Then they keep their legs they will lift their legs simultaneously. Once again they will keep the leg. So when they are keeping the legs on the road, then what will happen? At that moment, some force is being exerted by them on the road. That is also a periodic force, because it acts at a regular interval of time. Continuously it is not acting. It is acting at a regular interval of time. That is clear. So when a force of constant magnitude acts on a body, when a force of constant frequency acts on a body, when force of definite magnitude and definite frequency acts on a body, then it will start executing vibrations other than vibrations of with the frequency of external force, with the frequency of external periodic force. When force of definite magnitude and definite frequency acts on a body, then it will start executing vibrations with the frequency of external force, not with its natural frequency, not with its natural frequency. Means the frequency with which the body is vibrating will be other than its natural frequency. And what will be the frequency of vibration? It will be the frequency of external periodic force. It's clear. Now see here, amplitude of vibration, it will be of constant, amplitude of vibration will be of constant magnitude. Amplitude of vibration will be of constant magnitude. Amplitude of vibration will be of constant magnitude. That will be of constant magnitude, but its extent, it will depend upon one fact: extent of amplitude, magnitude of amplitude, whether it will be large or it will be small. Magnitude of amplitude will depend on the fact whether forced frequency is equal to natural frequency or not. Now you once again understand this thing. What are the forced vibrations? Once again I am explaining this. Forced vibrations means vibrations of a body under the influence of some external periodic force. means here vibration in the body has not been produced by displacing the body from the mean position. It has been produced by applying some external periodic force, are called the forced vibration. This is not damped vibration, are called the forced vibrations. It is clear? Are called the forced vibrations. When what is external periodic force? The force which acts at a regular interval of time, which do not act continuously, which act it at a regular interval, at a certain gap. For example, when the force is exerted by the hammer on the membrane of the drum, then it acts at a regular interval, at every 5 seconds, at every 10 seconds. That will be the periodic force. Now the force which repeats after a regular interval of time, that is called the periodic force. Now see here, when force of definite magnitude and definite frequency acts on a body, then it will start executing vibrations with the frequency of external force, not with its natural frequency. It will execute vibrations with the frequency of external periodic force. When a periodic force acts on the body, then it will execute vibrations with what frequency? Which is the frequency of external periodic force. And these vibrations will be of constant magnitude. But what will be the extent of these vibrations? What will be the extent of magnitude? What will be the magnitude of amplitude? Extent of amplitude? What will be the extent of amplitude? What will be the magnitude of amplitude? It will depend upon the fact whether both the frequency, means frequency of external periodic force and natural frequency of the vibrating body, both are equal or both are different. It is clear? Now see here, if natural frequency of vibrating body, if natural frequency of vibrating body matches with if natural frequency of vibrating body matches with frequency of external periodic force, then body will vibrate with an increased amplitude, and such vibrations are called the resonant vibration, and such vibrations are called resonant vibrations. These are called the resonant vibrations. It is clear? If the natural frequency of vibrating body matches with the frequency of external periodic force, then the body will vibrate with an increased amplitude, and such vibrations will be called the resonant vibrations. And if natural frequency of vibrating body do not become equal to external frequency of external periodic force, external periodic force, then body will vibrate with a very small amplitude. With a very small amplitude, and such vibrations are called forced vibrations, and such vibrations are called forced vibrations. Means we can say that this resonant vibration, it is the special case of forced vibration. Resonant vibration, it is the special case of forced vibration where the frequency of external periodic force matches with the natural frequency of vibrating body. When both the frequencies will become equal, what will happen? Body will start executing vibrations with greater amplitude. Those vibrations are called resonant vibrations. If frequencies are not equal, then such vibrations are called the forced vibrations. It is clear? Now you can see in your book, this I am explaining from your book. This is a self-explanatory topic and it is very important here. One more thing, here three forces will act upon the body. One is the restoring force, which is an internal force. Other is the damping force, which causes the loss of energy, which we call the frictional force, resistive forces, and third is the external periodic force. So this you underline. The body executing forced vibration is thus acted upon by three forces. Number one, restoring force. Number two, frictional force or resistive force, which causes the loss of energy. And number three, external periodic force. This external periodic force, what is the purpose of this external periodic force? Which is of definite magnitude and definite frequency. Means neither its magnitude is changing nor the frequency is changing. It compensates the loss of energy. It compensates the loss of energy. When an external periodic force is applied on a vibrating body, the body no longer vibrates with its own natural frequency. It will begin to execute vibrations with the frequency of applied force. The external periodic force is called the driving force. Driving force, why? Because it maintains the vibration in the body. Irrespective to the amplitude, what is magnitude of amplitude? It maintains the vibration. The amplitude of forced vibration depend on the frequency of external force. If the frequency of external force is matching with the natural frequency of vibrating body, then what will happen? Body will execute vibrations with larger amplitude. But if both the frequencies will differ, then the amplitude of vibration will be very small. So you can see here, if the frequency of external force is different, you can see here, if the frequency of external force is different from natural frequency, what will be the extent of amplitude? That will be very small. External frequency of the body, the amplitude of vibration is very small. Amplitude of vibration will be very small, which die out soon due to the presence of damping forces. It is clear? Due to the presence of damping forces, these vibrations will vanish. But if the frequency of external force is exactly equal to the natural frequency of the vibrating body, in that case, the amplitude of oscillation is very large. It will be very large. In absence of damping forces, the amplitude of vibration at resonance these resonant vibrations will become infinite in case if there is no resistive force. It is clear? Means now from here it is clear that when you will apply an external periodic force on a body, then it will start executing vibrations with the frequency of external periodic force. If the frequency of external periodic force becomes equals to the natural frequency of vibrating body, then in that case what will happen? Vibrating body will execute vibrations with the greater amplitude. While if these frequencies do not match, frequency of the external periodic force do not match with the natural frequency of vibrating body, what will happen? Amplitude of vibration will be very small. Now you can see here, the amplitude of forced vibration of body does not remain constant due to the presence of damping forces of the surrounding medium. However, it is possible to keep the amplitude of vibration constant by applying an external periodic force, which maintains the loss of energy, which compensates the loss of energy. Damping force is causing the loss of energy. When you will apply the force on the body, you are imparting energy. So, that loss of energy will be maintained, that will be compensated. And when the loss of energy will be compensated, what will happen? It will execute vibrations of constant amplitude. However, it is possible to keep the amplitude of vibration constant by applying an external periodic force such that the external periodic force compensates for the loss of energy that I am underlying. External periodic force, by applying an external periodic force such that the external periodic force compensates for the loss of energy in each vibration due to the damping forces. It's clear. The vibrations of the body then are called the sympathetic vibrations. These are called the sympathetic vibrations. Now see here. Here some examples of forced vibrations are given. When the stem of a vibrating tuning fork is pressed against the tabletop, when the stem of a vibrating that I am showing from the diagram, this is the examples of forced vibrations. Examples of forced vibrations. Now see here. Here this is a table and take a tuning fork, hit it with the rubber pad, and the system you place the stem over the tabletop. So here this tuning fork is executing forced free vibrations. Tuning fork is executing free vibrations. But because of the vibrations of tuning forks, these vibrations of tuning fork will be communicated to the particles which are placed on the table. These particles situated on the tabletop, they will start executing forced vibration with the frequency of this force. Because what will happen when you will place the stem in contact of the tabletop, then the vibrations of tuning fork will be communicated to the table. They will be transmitted to the table. Particles which are placed on the tabletop, they will start executing vibrations with the tuning fork. These vibrations of the particles of the table are called the forced vibrations. And what will be their frequency? It will be equal to the frequency of tuning fork. What will you say about the vibrations of tuning fork? They are the free vibration, or you can say that they are the damped vibration. But the vibrations which take place on the tabletop, which produces in the particles placed on the tabletop, they are the forced vibration. So you can see here, when the stem of a vibrating tuning fork is pressed against the top of the table, the tuning fork produces forced vibration in the tabletop. The tabletop has a much larger vibrating area than the tuning fork. So what will happen? A louder sound will be produced. When a very large area will set into vibration, a louder sound will be produced. So the forced vibrations of the tabletop send forth a great energy and produces a louder sound than produced by tuning fork. Similarly, the vibrations produced in the diaphragm of the microphone, you must have seen the diaphragm with that, which is of black paper. A microphone sound box with frequencies corresponding to the speech of the speaker are forced vibration. Similarly, in a guitar, when an artist plays on its string by his fingers, the vibrations in them cause forced vibrations in the air enclosed in the hollow box. In the guitar, there is a sound box which is having the air. When you will plug the strings of the guitar, what will happen? These strings will produce forced vibrations in the air column present in the sound box. Similarly, in the stringed instruments with a hollow sound box containing air, strings are made to vibrate by plucking, which produces forced vibration in the air of the sound box. And since the sound box is having a larger surface area, so what will happen? A larger area will set into vibration and that louder sound will be heard. Now you can see here difference between natural and forced vibrations. Natural vibration, forced vibrations. Natural vibrations, the vibrations of a body in the absence of any external periodic force or any resistive force are called the natural vibration. The vibrations of forced vibrations, the vibrations of a body in a medium in the presence of some external periodic force are called the forced vibrations. Then the frequency of vibration depends upon the shape and size of the body. The frequency of vibration is equal to the frequency of applied force. The frequency of vibration remain constant. The frequency of vibration changes with change in frequency of applied force. Because if you change the frequency of external periodic force, what will happen? Frequency of vibration will also be changed. The amplitude of vibration remain constant with time in absence of any external, any resistive force. The amplitude of vibration depends on the frequency of applied force. So that already I have explained. Then resonance, a special case of forced vibration. So this I will begin in the next topic. It's clear? In the next lecture. This topic I will begin in the next lecture. So you go through the book which I have underlined, make your notes, and then if there is any problem, then you ask to me. So thank you.